A slow heartbeat, then silence. For a moment, everything stops. The body, the breath, the noise of the world, and yet something remains. Across centuries, people have described the same astonishing experience, a sense of floating above their body, a tunnel of light, and an overwhelming feeling of peace. They call it an NDE, a near death experience. But what really happens at the edge of life? Is it illusion? Is it chemistry? Or is it consciousness showing us its final secret? Modern medicine has allowed us to peek into this mysterious borderland. In 2019, neuroscientists studying cardiac arrest patients noticed something strange. In the seconds after the heart stops, the brain shows a sudden burst of organized high frequency waves, a final surge of energy. It is as though the mind refuses to shut down. For a few brief seconds, it burns brighter than ever before. Doctors call it the last illumination. Philosophers might call it the spark of awareness itself. When survivors return, their stories share remarkable consistency. They speak of detaching from the body, watching doctors work from above, passing through a dark tunnel towards a radiant light. Many describe the presence of loved ones, not as dreams, but as encounters more real than reality. Colors appear that do not exist anywhere we have seen here. Time ceases to matter, and fear dissolves into a profound calm. Scientists call it anoxia, REM intrusion, or temporal lobe firing. But for those who have been there, it feels like the mind awakening to something far greater. In 2006, Anita Moorjani lay in a coma in a hospital in Hong Kong, her body consumed by cancer. Doctors said she had only a few hours left. And then she says everything changed. She describes leaving her body and entering a vast, radiant dimension of awareness. She could perceive every conversation in the hospital, even sense her brother flying toward her bedside. In that state, she says, I realized that I had never truly lived because I had always been afraid. When she returned, her tumors began to vanish. Within weeks, she walked out of the hospital, cancer-free. Medical science still has no explanation, but her message was simple. When you know who you really are, death loses its meaning. Researchers, of course, look for answers inside the brain. Hypoxia, a lack of oxygen, can cause bright visions and tunnel effects. The temporal parietal junction, when stimulated, can produce out-of-body sensations. REM intrusion, the phenomena where aspects of REM sleep, that is rapid eye movement, bleed into wakefulness, causing experiences like hallucinations, sleep paralysis, and cataplexy. Many merge dream and wakefulness. And some scientists suspect DMT, dimethyltryptamine, a natural hallucinogen produced in trace amounts by the brain, that may flood the system near death. Each of these theories adds a piece of the puzzle, but none explain why so many describe the experience as clearer than life itself. why it reshapes their values, and why fear seems to vanish forever afterward. Long before the EEG machines, that is electroencephalograms, which record the electrical activity of the brain using electrodes placed on the scalp, ancient philosophies spoke of this threshold. In the Upanishads, consciousness, Atman, is said to remain untouched even as the body falls away. It is the eternal witness, unborn, undying, merely changing forms, as the BhagavadGita describes. Just as we change worn out clothes for the new ones, the soul discards old bodies and takes on new forms. This is not about death, but continuity. The idea that consciousness is not extinguished, only transformed. The Tibetan Book of the Dead later called this the clear light that appears at the moment of passing, a chance to recognize the true nature of mind. Across cultures, across centuries, humans have tried to understand the same experience, the crossing between matter and meaning. Maybe a near death experience is not about dying at all. Maybe it is about seeing life without the filter of the fear. For those who return, everything changes. They live with more kindness. They fear less. They love deeper. As Moorjani wrote in her book Dying to Be Me, heaven is not a place, it is a state of being. So, when the lights fade this Halloween and silence fills the room, remember, what we call death might just be the moment when consciousness finally opens its eyes. This is Kaizen Smarter, where curiosity meets clarity. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Kaizen Smarter, and keep your mind wide open.